Good Thursday morning, Valley. Today on Valley por Vida, we are hanging out at the Flux in Macallen to check out some collectibles that'll bring you back to your childhood. And we're also hanging out with Breaking Bad actor RJ Mitty of the Mitty Foundation to learn about upcoming performances, programming, and enhancements that we can look forward to in Brownsville. All of that and so much more. So don't go anywhere. Valley por Vida starts right now. Hi there, and thanks again for joining us this morning. I'm your host, Danielle Banda. Well, the Macallen Independent School District had 12 students earn a spot on the Texas Music Educators Association All-State Choir. This is following virtual auditions held last month, and their musician total is 18, with 2 students in the orchestra and 4 in mariachi. Our team caught up with the instructor who helped guide these students through the entire process.
Hi, so my name is Bo Shira, and I'm the head choir director at Marcus High School. This is my first year being the head choir director, and my associate director is Lisette Ochoa, and she's not in the call right now, but she's played a major part in this accomplishment. Also our head accompanist, Mr. Alberto Torres, and then the rest of our vertical team in the Mac High team, the choir directors at Morris, another accompanist, and then the choir director at Travis. And, you know, even pre-COVID, what we've been able to accomplish here at Mac High and the choir program would be really incredible. I mean, we got 5 All-Staters this year. We had 6 trying out. That's where 6 came from. We had 5 All-Staters trying out, and 6 trying out, and 5 made it. And we did the research. Actually, one of our members, Heather Gager, who made it on Soprano 1, she did the research, so I should give her credit for it. And that it has been exactly 40 years since Macallen High School has had at least 5 All-Staters. So 1981. So that's pretty impressive. You know, pre-COVID, during COVID, post-COVID, you know, doesn't matter. You know, that's a really incredible feat that we had no idea that was going to happen. But it's been an all hands on deck process to get these kids prepared. You know, we had 18 starting at round 1 back in August, and all the directors and accompanists were teaching them on Zoom. And then those that were able to come in person, once our school board approved that at the end of September, we started having some in-person lessons and then some sectionals, as Evie alluded to in her interview. And, you know, the whole process, the step of the way is just really incredible. As a matter of fact, I think our entire team could emphatically say that this is the one silver lining in this whole remote process of doing education and doing the fine arts, doing choir, is that because, you know, like interviews like me and you are having right now, you know, you can be talking, I can be talking almost at the same time and still translate pretty well. But if we try to have multiple people talking at once, then it gets pretty wild. And so because the All-State process is more individually driven, these Zoom private lessons that we would have with students actually were pretty productive, okay? And so even though we started off that way, back in the summertime, just purely online, just purely on Zoom. By the time we started the face-to-face instruction at the end of September, we didn't really feel like we were all that far behind. And that technology had been something for us to get started. And then as we continued through the process all the way through the final auditions in January, we still used this format because it was still really useful.
This is the highest number of all-state musicians in 15 years and the second most since before 1980. Macallen ISD will continue with the commitment to students' education here in the Rio Grande Valley. If you'd like more information on all they've got going on, then feel free to call the number on your screen or visit their website at macallenisd.org. Well, now it's time to take a trip down memory lane. Our team visited a shop in Macallen that's had so many vintage collectibles and nostalgic items that are sure to bring a smile to your face. Check it out.
So my name is JD, manager of the Flux here in Macallen, Texas, and this is the shop. So we have everything from collections of video games, toys, also board games, pops. We have everything that you can think of from as early as 70s all the way up to current. As far as our vintage goes, we have a high market in that. A lot of that did sell for holidays, so we're trying to bring that back in. But we do buy a lot of collections and get a lot of cool things in. So yeah, that's what we got. We got collections and just awesomeness. So the Flux is pretty much nostalgia heaven. So the adults will come here just to show their kids, hey, this is what I did when I was younger, and this is what this is the reason why your PS5s and Xbox One X's and your computer games exist. And then the kids get hooked on it, and of course there's the arcade, so the whole family gets together and they'll play. We also have DDR, which that is a big favorite, to where everybody is always trying to play it and get on it at one time. But you know, of course with COVID going on and all these pandemic rules, we keep it to a minimum and we keep it safe, so we still have the family and the friends and everybody who wants to come over safe, and we have all the health concerns met. So yeah, 2020, rough year, pandemic happened. So we sold a lot of consoles and a lot of video games just to help people stay at home and, you know, just not really go out. Also, we have been and are doing live sales just for the people who really don't want to go out at all. That way we either ship you the item or they have the chance to come pick it up curbside instead of having to come in the store themselves, just because like precautions. So that's one of the ways we're trying to help out and keep it going without having people be inconvenienced. And as far as it goes for us as the Flux, give us a call. I mean, we have the store, we have the phone number, we have our Instagram, our Facebook, which is all the Flux Macallen. So just check it out. And we are on Google. So if you need all the info on our address, our hours, anything like that, that's where we are.
With toys, games, consoles from your childhood, and an arcade, this is sure to be one spot for you to check out. Feel free to drop by their location in Macallen or visit their Facebook page if you'd like more information. Well, it's time now for a look at your local weather updates, but stay tuned because Valley por Vida will be back. And we've got details on the It's Time Texas Community Challenge. That info and more coming up.